most troubling story of the day for me. I wonder if this is something the two might get involved in overnight, because this is quite worrying. This is the head teacher who has written to parents asking them to stop doing the school run in pyjamas and slippers.
Yeah, I saw this story.
What a sign of the apocalypse this. I've seen it a few times. You go past in the car on the school run, and you might see someone and think they're a pair of quite leery tartan kecks.
Yeah.
Then you see they've got a pair of pink mules on. You think, that's her pyjama trousers. She's got the coat over
just
the
put
top.
a coat over. I don't have such a problem with it. What's the problem?
What message does that send to your kids? That you can't even be bothered to get dressed in the morning.
Well,
what's the point?
Maybe you rushed out and you've got later on you're going somewhere.
It's a thing, Andy. They don't just do it because they rushed out. People turn up every day in their pyjamas. They get up. They can't be bothered to get dressed.
I'm more worried about Basil Donavera.
Well, no, that's it. What's more important? Kids being dropped off at school in their pyjamas, or a bad bust of Basil Donavera? That'll be the Twitter vote. We'll put that to a Twitter vote.
Good Twitter vote.
Can we sort that out?
I think that works.
The only reason I bring this up now.
Yeah.
This is it. So this is what she's written. The headmistress has said, "Could I please ask this? When you're escorting your children, could you please take the time to dress appropriately in day wear?" It's not asking for much, is it?
Day wear.
She said the aim was to set a good example for your kids. You get out of bed, I can't be bothered to get dressed to take you to school. I just put a coat over the top of my pyjama. Come on then, come on.
I'm coming in my
pyjamas
pyjamas
tomorrow. The school.
I'm doing the show in my pyjamas.
And they
tomorrow.
spoke to one mum. It said one woman declined to be named. What a surprise, because she's not massively proud of the fact she's wandering around in a pair of Primark pyjamas. Arrived at the school clad in pyjamas. Primark Parry. In school clad in pyjamas.
They're even cheaper than Primark, apparently.
This is the full Harry Potter. She's pyjamas, dressing gown and slippers.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind a smoking jacket. She said, "I do not agree with the letter." Never mind that. Go home and get dressed, you lazy. Anyway,
Woman.
So,
it's just paint dry.
If it's going to be a quick one, make it a quick one.
The Daily Rant on Drive.
Now, you may have heard a story about a head teacher telling his parents of kids at his school to, not his parents, parents of kids at his school, to have a wash, get properly dressed, instead of wearing pyjamas on the school run. So we threw this Goffy's way, and let's see what he's come up with. Goffy, take it away, mate.
Yeah, interesting story this. We talk about laziness in children growing up when they get into the teens. We talk about discipline of teenagers and say, but kids these days are getting worse and worse in their everyday life. They just don't want to work anymore. So I just want to start with all these people what turn up to school in their cars, get out of their cars, walk the kids to the gates in their pyjamas or their onesies. Really need to have a good look at themselves, and I'll tell you why. It isn't nice, it isn't clever, and it isn't acceptable. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everyone loves a time when they go home from work, they get home, they go to the fridge, they open a bottle of wine, they pour it, they go and put the pyjamas on, they sit down and watch TV and chat about the day to your children and what a great day they've had. But to start the day, these people who think by having an extra 15 minutes in bed so you can drop your kids off at school in your pyjamas or your onesie and those silly Ugg boots you wear as well, what sort of example are you really setting to your children? Rolling out of bed, straight into the car and then walking your kids to the school gates. Get up, shower, brush your teeth, make your kids breakfast if that's what you want to get close to them and chat about their day ahead at school. You're educating your children every minute of every day. Make sure they go to school well fueled, whether it's a nice drink on a morning or whether it's a nice healthy breakfast. It's pure laziness and teaching kids about discipline, preparing them for later life. It takes 2 minutes to get dressed. And the ideal time to brush your teeth is about 90 seconds. So really, have some pride in your have some pride in your appearance and your performance, and show your kids that getting up in the morning and getting dressed that's what life's about, because a lot of people out there have to do that every single morning at 5 and 6 a.m. and go off to work. Now, people of Darlington at that school, well done, Katie Chisholm. I wish my kids went to that school, because I wouldn't be rocking up in my onesie and my Ugg boots. Good on you.
Can I put another point to you? And I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think that parents should be role models. They should set the example. Everything you're saying is right. But we all know in this day and age that working isn't 9 to 5 anymore. Sometimes working can involve late shifts, sometimes even overnight shifts. So what if you're home late from work, very late from work I'm talking about, early hours of the morning, means you get to bed very late as well, but you still desperately want to take your kids to school, or before that even, you still want to have breakfast with them around the table in the morning so you can chat about things, reconnect with each other.
It takes 2 minutes.
Yeah, but hang on a second. What about that 2 minutes? You're right, it does take 2 minutes, but what about that 2 minutes? What would you rather do? Spend that time getting dressed, or spend that time talking to your children? Those who aren't necessarily on a 9 to 5, maybe even not necessarily on a cushy number, but they get home really late, therefore they have to get up early, not much sleep. Why would they waste those precious couple of minutes getting dressed when they could actually be with their kids? What's wrong with wearing a onesie and dropping your kids off?
So you're telling me the 50 parents out of 450 children are all working nights at this school? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
You're telling me they're all working nights and they want an extra 2 minutes?
I'll tell you what they might have as well. I mean, you might even have people who have a couple of jobs to make ends meet. So they might be working both ends of the day. And I feel for those who haven't got the time to take their kids to school. So, if they have the time, then they're fortunate. But you can guarantee they're working hard elsewhere to try and make ends meet, to try and give their kids the best chance. I'm pretty sure that a kid would rather have their parent take them to school in a onesie, would rather sit with them around the breakfast table early in the morning, even if they're wearing pyjamas or a onesie, rather than them spend even more time away from them by getting dressed in the morning. It's a trivial matter that people have got caught up with. It's irrelevant to how you bring up children. Whether you're wearing a t-shirt and jeans, whether you're wearing a suit and tie, whether you're wearing pyjamas or a onesie, it doesn't matter. What matters is spending that time with the children, surely.
I'll say it again. It isn't nice, it isn't clever, and it isn't acceptable. That's my beliefs. You'll never see me rocking up in my onesie or my pyjamas. I might go in a tracksuit, but it takes 2 minutes to put that on. And it shows your kids you've got the discipline to get out of bed, wash your face, clean your teeth, get dressed, and look respectable as you go to school. People walking down the street at 8:30 in the morning in pyjamas and a onesie. Come on, Ed, you have not turned into that, surely. That is not acceptable.
No, it's not something I would do, but what I might do, if I'm lounging around the house all morning, I might actually stick a onesie on after I've had a shower and after I've brushed my teeth. So you can
What's wrong with that?
Well,
it takes 2 minutes.
So what's wrong with having a shower, brushing your teeth, sticking a onesie on, taking your kids to school?
What?
Nothing.
Taking your kids to school in a onesie, I've just said it, it doesn't look nice, it's not attractive to the rest of the world, it shows a lack of discipline. Put a tracksuit on, or whatever you wear, your jeans, your skinny jeans, a jumper, a coat, a woolly hat, take your kids to school, go back, get undressed again if you want, put your onesie on and watch Jeremy Kyle. If that's what you want to do in life, do it. But you don't have to walk your kids to school and put everyone else through it, watching you rock up in your pyjamas, what you've slept in the night before.
Getting sidetracked by things that are totally irrelevant in my opinion. It's not something I do, wear pyjamas to drop your kids off. I wouldn't necessarily wear a onesie out either, but that's what people want to do. What matters to me is that they're spending the time with their children. That was your Daily Rant.
The Daily Rant on Drive.